Well, good evening, everyone. Stand by your beds. Normal service is about to be resumed. Welcome to the Studio Rats Q&A Live number 187. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
You're not sure, are you, mate?
Well, I had to check. Back from the COVID dead. That was horrible. That was.
Was it your worst bout of COVID yet?
I think 2 days of it were, yeah. I think
Ooh.
2 days of it were just like, because it's not just that, it was that and jet lag at the same time. So it's probably yeah.
Today's the first day since I've been back that I feel vaguely normal.
Really? Oh, that's good. That's good. But you never had it. You checked, did you?
I tested all the way through, didn't have it.
Right. Okay, so that's good at least. God, it's warm in here.
So you are all very welcome along to our weekly takeover of the interwebs about all things guitar, pro audio, noise making, general cacophony of sound, and all that sort of stuff. But it's tradition, and I think I know what he's going to say. Mr. Drew, this week, what have you been up to?
I've been in bed. Oh no, not just that. I did a funny enough, I got up and I was quite inspired to do a video. I've been sent loads of stuff to do reviews of. Shall I show it now? Shall I show the guitar now?
Yeah. I think I know what it is, I think. Oh, it is.
It is.
Oh, look at that.
So it's you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. Let's have a look. Can you see? Yeah, you can see there.
Definitely.
Carbon fiber guitar from Emerald Guitars. It's really good. It's really good.
It's hollow. It is hollow.
Yeah. It's acoustic.
Yeah.
Think of it like an acoustic, but with Fishman-Fluence humbuckers.
Nice.
So it does really good acoustic. I mean, as a live guitar, it's brilliant. If you're the sort of guitar player that's and I'm using this loosely, but if you're like the front man,
yeah,
and you need to do some acoustic stuff and you need to do some electric stuff, and it to be able to do all of those things really, really well, it's brilliant.
Wow, cool. Is that kind of a maroony red finish I can see?
No, it's like a copper. It's like a copper finish to it. I asked, nice. You can just sort of see it if I show it in the light. Just get like a little a glow of it. This isn't. I'm not keeping this. It goes back. But they said, look, here's the current stock that we've got in. Choose the one you want, and this was the cheapest.
Right.
And I thought, okay, well that'll be good. That'll be a good video to do, as opposed to picking one with the fancy sort of top on it and all the inlays. I thought, let's grab the everyman's version of their guitars.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. It's got a MIDI pickup on it as well.
Oh, cool.
So it's got everything you need. So I've said to them, look, you've got to build an electric guitar, just a Telecaster sort of style guitar.
Standard solid body.
Yeah, because like carbon fiber guitars. I mean, these aren't cheap. They're about $2,000, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for a carbon fiber guitar, that's not horrendous for a carbon fiber guitar. And if they can build an electric for that sort of price, for this quality, because the quality is like off the charts.
Wow.
I think they'd be. I think they do really, really well. But yeah, really nice guitar. Really nice guitar. So that video comes out tomorrow.
Cool. Very
yes. Cool. Yeah, really impressed. What about you? What have you been up to?
I've been finding it very difficult to get inspired and motivated just because of jet lag and lurgy and stuff. So to be honest, I haven't really achieved very much. I finished a couple of videos for Antelope that was kind of hanging over from pre-NAMM and tidied up a bit and got some scripts written and things like that, but nothing, for a whole week, not a great deal of anything really. So yeah, but I feel built back into it, and I was going to have a day of doing and videoing today, but then everyone and their auntie kept phoning and emailing. And however, one big achievement that I'm very, very pleased with. It's only taken me, I've forgotten how long ago it was that I set the old website up. The new studio website is live.
Hold on, Greg has said that you're echoing on our system.
I'm echoing on you a little bit, but not enough. I can hear it a little bit.
Are you? Okay, let me just turn you down a bit.
I hear it occasionally.
How about now?
I can't hear it now, no. But
okay, good. Okay,
the new Location Recordings website is live. You can see pictures of the studio. It looks tidy. It's beautiful. And yes, I'm very pleased. Anybody who fancies a look can go to www.locationrecordings.co.uk. Have a look round. If you find any spelling mistakes, please let me know. And don't post them all over the internet. But yeah, that's been my major achievement this week.
Oh, there is one more thing. Hold on, Greg. It appears to have stopped now you've mentioned it. There we go.
There we go.
So one more thing to mention.
Just one more thing. Who are you, Steve Jobs?
One more thing. The new Victory Danish Pete amp, which is really good.
The Deputy.
The Deputy, yeah, really good, really impressive. I really like what they do with their corners of their amps. They put like little leather end bits on there. Really nice, as opposed to sort of putting, metal
plastic or metal ball ends sort of things. Yeah,
it's really nice. It's a really nice touch, I think, what they do there. Anyway, that's it really. Right, should we do a couple of questiones?
The really expensive amps that we looked at NAMM, the new ones, have really lovely matching leather corners and stuff, which were very lovely.
Yeah, well, they are. I can't remember the leather company that they use for those amps, just for those specific amps, because they're their $5,000 Victory $5,000 amps, and they use the same leather company that does the House of Commons and all that sort of stuff. It's a real sort of plush leather company.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. The leather was amazing. It was almost like it almost didn't look real. I can't explain it. It was like it was such a perfect leather. But yeah.
But that's why they're $5,000. Yeah. So let's dive into some of your questions and comments and stuff. We'll try and rattle through so we can get plenty of time for the news and the ridiculousness that is the news this week. So here we go.
Steve Rennie, he's a new member. Cheers, Stevie.
Thank you, mate.
Welcome. Nab says, good evening, Rocking Rats. Hope February's treating you well. Keep warm and play more guitar. Cheers. Cheers, Nabs. Mr. Abraham's in the house. He says, hello, mate. Hope you are well. Jonathan McCulloch. Hi, gents. Hope you're feeling better. Hi, everyone. Cheers, Jonathan. Yes. What's he got there? Oh, he's got a new amplifier by the looks of things.
That looks like a Soldana. No.
Yeah, it does look like a no, doesn't it? It looks like the new one, the Astro, whatever it is.
Oh, that's nice.
So look, I tried one of them out actually. Was that at the NAMM show? Must have been. Jeff Cook, good morning from the land down under. Hope you're fighting fit and fully recovered from NAMM threats. Cheers, Jeff. Yes, getting over. Still feeling a little bit weird, but all good. All good. I'm testing negative now. Safety says, good evening. So any additions to the better buy better, buy less in list in since NAMM? Did we ever buy better, buy less?
I think we both had a kind of, certainly me was buy less stuff but buy better, which would make sense.
Yeah.
There's a few things, there's certainly a few things that pre-NAMM got sold from here, 1,000 quid's worth of stuff went out the door and you wouldn't notice. That's the scary thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's really scary. So there is an auction coming up in the first week of March. As soon as the full auction catalogue comes out, I'll have a look through that and see what's going down. I have spotted a new amp that I quite fancy, or a new amp to me that might be quite fun for some captures and stuff, but I don't think it'll be one that I want to hang around.
Right.
But I'm not going to give the game away on that just too soon because it's available in the public domain. So don't really want everyone getting their hands on it. But yeah, there's a few guitars that I want to get rid of. I'm waiting for the next round of eBay 80% off final auction.
I was
Email,
for them.
that email. As soon as that one comes around, there's probably about another 30 things to go. So a couple of guitars. I think I'm going to sell Pinky, the Ibanez,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
just because it sat there for so long.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Uh,
find that with big sort of big body semis. Yeah.
and I'm thinking the Chapman's going to go,
Okay. Nice.
just because they haven't had much use, and yeah,
Yeah. Good shout. I think
neither particularly expensive guitars, but just
yeah. But yeah, nice to they'll I'm sure they'll sell. You might want to stick them on the website.
they're on. I just need to work
there's
out how
always,
to do it. The pics are
yeah,
up. I
there's
just need to
going to
know
be
how to
stuff.
do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
But
Okay.
for those of you who
Next one.
don't know, I was about to say, for those of you who don't know, we do now have a gift sale page on the studiorats.net. So if you have a look through and see anything, reach out to either Paul or myself, and you could be the proud owner of some of our kit.
Oh, can I just say as well? I think
Yeah.
on Safy's comment, I think it sort of is relevant to that. I was really impressed with those Yamaha Pacificas, the new ones.
Yeah.
If I can get over the fact that the Yamaha Pacificas,
Yeah. It's a Sir with another headstock, isn't it?
that's my point. You see, if I was looking to buy a Sir now, I would go, I might be tempted to buy one of them. Much cheaper than a Sir. But definitely that sort of quality. That's
it
how
didn't
it felt.
feel cheaper, did it? They didn't play cheaper.
No. And I don't mean that. No, I don't mean that as in like it's a cheap guitar. It's really, really impressive. Really good. The only thing for me is just a little bit too. I want to rough it up a little bit. I want them to do a nitro finish. I want them to do a, something that's not just quite Mr. Sort of. I'm trying to think of the right analogy for the sort of person that would normally go and buy a Pacifica. I think someone that doesn't want anything about, it's someone that's a bit safe. It's a safe guitar, isn't it? Well, a Sir, I don't think the Sir is. The Sir's a bit cooler, I think, but it's that, the Pacifica was really good guitar.
Yeah, really nice. Let's see if they come good with one.
Yeah, I'd like to get one in the studio. Al says, "Evening, guys. Hope everyone is well and NAMM Thrax free. Thanks, mate. Yes, all good. Hope you're well too."
Yes, I had a chat with Al yesterday.
Yeah,
a text chat type thing. So he's back from tour now with a few gigs off. So all good.
Nice. Phil says, "Evening, everyone. Evening, Phil." Daniel says, "Good evening, rats from a sunny and cool North Carolina." Good evening, Daniel. Mr. Cassidy's in the house. Evening, all. Another Wednesday night in the sewers with the rats. Great stuff. Hope y'all are braw. Thanks, mate. Yeah, go and check out Steve. Yeah, not now, but go and check out Steve's YouTube channel. It's sort of going from strength to strength. It's good to see you getting some decent views there, mate. Well done.
Yeah, it's all good. And we were right.
Yes, there we go. He's got an Astro 20. Nice.
Very nice.
Really nice. Hey, do you know an amp that I was really impressed with at NAMM was the rev amps. First time I've ever played through a big rev amp, whatever the generators are, whatever they are. Really
good, aren't they?
Really good.
If I said the sound had a weight behind it, even the clean sound has got power behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know. That clearly is a feel thing rather than just a sound thing. But my God, they sounded good.
But also good at low volumes as well. I was really impressed with that. That's another amp you could look at. I'll have a quick look, see if there's any on.
They don't come up over here very often.
No, they don't. You're right.
Yeah,
no, they don't. I'm just having a look to see if there's anything on. Yeah, you get lots of D20s and G20s and stuff, which is
but we've
what
had
you'd
those,
expect.
and they're great apps, but it's still a bit safe.
There's a Generator 100.
Yeah,
On eBay.
Lots of dough though.
It's quite expensive. Yeah, nice though.
Let's see what comes up. There is a 25th anniversary Marshall in the auctions. That would be a good one.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
Let's see what comes up.
Ned says, "Good evening, ladies and germs. I sold my Blackstar Artist 15 and bought a Katana 100. Wow, it's plenty loud and like the sound of my game pedals through it. I just use it in panel mode, but still, nice one, Ned.
Yeah, if it
nice
ain't broke.
Yeah, absolutely. Oops, I've just dropped down. Hold on. It's all gone wrong. There we go. I'm playing with the wrong buttons. Oh, I'm not doing it. No, that's not the right one. Electric out. Oh, hello, mate. He says, greetings, Shitty Rats from South Wales, New York, USA. Chaz. Hi, Chaz. Hope you're well. You and the lovely wife are well. Jim Simmons says, do you guys hear the new 2 Notes Genome amp modeling and effects plugin? I've got it. They've asked me to do a review of it, so that'll be out next week.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really good. It is really good, actually. Yes, I'm going to do a video slightly different to everybody else's, I think, where I'll do a let's program a clean tone and an overdriven tone from scratch.
Yeah.
Start with nothing and see what we can get from it, as opposed to it does this and it does this and it does this, because everyone's done videos like that. So yes, but yes, it's really impressive. It's really good.
Cool.
Michael Von Hoff says, what about the Katana 50 Mark II being cheaper than an IR2 pedal? Wow. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a turn up, isn't it?
Well, it's a new product, I guess.
Does that suggest that there's a Katana Mark III in the offing?
I mean, possibly. I haven't. If there is, I haven't heard.
And even if you had, you wouldn't be able to say anyway. So.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't say that I haven't heard, and
Yeah.
I would have thought that I would have been told. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Farid says, evening all, hope all is well. Met Pete Thorne yesterday at Guildford Guitar Masterclass. Oh, nice. He was playing through 2 PT 100 watt amps and 2 4x12 cabs. What a sound. Nice.
That sounded awesome.
Yeah. Hollywood says, Victory Deputy sounds great. How different from the TSR Cornell amp? It is different. It's got a digital reverb in there, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
It's got this, and it's modulated as well. Now, there's a couple of things.
Right.
When they sent this, they said the bright switch, and in the manual, the bright switch is a 3-way bright switch. Mine's a 2-way bright switch. Mine's a 2-way. And when I spoke to when I did the interview with Martin Kidd at NAMM, I asked him about the reverb, and the reverb is modulated, and it's obviously modulated in my mind. And he said, and when I spoke to him, he said it's slightly modulated. So this is prototype number 7.
Right.
And I'm wondering if there's been some changes since this model.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't. It works great, and it's exactly so, 2-way bright switch and stuff. So yeah, how different is it to the TSR one? I mean, it's pretty much it's a similar sort of amp, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very similar sort of amp. You know, one's. I don't know. I haven't opened this up, so I don't know if it's you know how it's built. Yeah, but you know the TSR Cornell one is point to point, hand wired, and all that sort of stuff. But that Victory amp's a cracking amp.
Cool.
Cheers, Keith. Yes, all feeling a lot better. Thanks, mate. Yes, all good. Getting there slowly. Major Pentatonic said, "Evening, all nice to see you back, and hope you're recovered." Thanks, mate. Yes, getting there slowly. Oh, we're getting some better numbers.
We are.
Hollywood says, "By the way, I had a chance to buy a Katana Mark 100 for 100 quid.
Wow.
Is the Mark 2 much better? 100 quid.
Not for 100 quid, it ain't.
No, mate, you might as well grab that. The Mark 100 head is actually quite useful. It's even got a speaker in it as well. I think the Mark 1 has. So there's a speaker actually in the head, so you can unplug it and actually just use it with little speakers on it. No, yeah, I think for 100 quid, that's a no-brainer.
He's kind of duplicated himself a little bit, but there is a bit more.
It seems the Mark 1 are quite cheap now. Yeah, but they've been around for a long time. I mean, I'm guessing probably getting on for 10 years. It's got to be getting on that way.
Must be. It's a good unit. It's a good system they've got. It's a very stable platform. It sounds great. What's not to love?
Yeah. Mike says, when Danish Pete talks, Andertons don't sell. When he plays, sales go through the... Sorry. When Danish Pete talks, Andertons don't sell. Oh, that's interesting. When he plays, sales go through the roof. Yeah, well, he's a great player.
He's a great player.
Yeah, he's a great player.
We had a very nice chat with them on the last evening of NAMM, him and Lee and their team. Ended up in
yeah. I wonder what happened with the... Yeah, we actually,
we ended up in the Marriott. It was nice to hang out.
Yeah, we had some beers and stuff. It was nice. Nice guys, very nice guys. Max says, "Evening all evening, Max." Mike Blue says, "Have you tried the new Aerodyne telly?" Howdy from Austin. No, I haven't tried. No, I haven't tried any of the new Fender stuff. I tend not to like the Aerodyne stuff. It's a bit too. It's not. I like Fender to be Fender.
The only Aerodyne I've played was an Aerodyne Jazz bass, and it was the fretless one, and it was really lovely.
Yeah, Russ had an Aerodyne, or it was got an Aerodyne. It's black. I think it's a black telly.
No, it's not that red one, is it? The red, but I think that's that's not a. Aerodyne. Is it? Okay.
That's an Aerodyne.
Nice.
Yeah, that's an Aerodyne. Yeah. Plays great. Phil says, "Best wishes, chaps." Cheers, Phil. I hope you're well. Hollywood says, "Hey Lee, how was? Oh, sorry. Yeah, where's Lee? Hey Lee, how's the Sir honeymoon? Still in love, or are there cracks in the relationship?" Lee can come on. Actually, if you want to post the.
I will do that. Let me do that. I'll post the link.
I'm sure Lee's bought some
cheap Chinese tut since then.
Cheap Chinese tut. Yeah, God, he would have loved. He'd have cleaned up in the NAMM, wouldn't he?
Oh, good grief! He'd have bought 10,000 watts of speakers with LEDs in them, and the power amps that are 30,000 watts, but only one new thing.
Where are we? Who's going to the Brum Guitar Show? I was thinking about going, actually. Not the first person to ask. Might go, but Jive is not going.
I'm not. I'm working. I'm working in Sheffield. Sadly, I was asked to go and work today on a booth, but I can't because I'm already gigging. Already got a gig. So
there you go.
I might see
Mr. Calvo, how are you, sir? He says, "Hello, lads. Great to meet you at NAMM. Love the victory demo." I bet. Do you know what he's doing at the moment? I bet he's sitting on a beach.
He's sitting on a beach under a palm tree. He's got his phone.
His in the water.
He's on a beach in Hawaii. Actually, it's about 12. It's about as 12 hours as you can be, isn't it? Hawaii from here.
Is it?
I think so. I think it's about as 12 hours difference. So yeah, it's probably about 8:30 in the morning. 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, so Robbie did the Robbie was working on the Yamaha booth, doing a lovely job of doing the Yamaha demo. So yes, good to chat, mate. It was really nice to meet you. Yeah, I haven't heard back from Yamaha yet, but I've sent some emails, so it might be too early, but I've sent some emails.
I need to send my post NAMM emails the next couple of days because otherwise they just get lost in the fog.
Yeah. Keith says, "Hey Robbie, welcome." And Ben says, "Cheers, gentlemen. Appreciate the stream. Anytime, mate. Thank you for viewing." Cheap guy. Here he is. Here he is.
It wouldn't be a live stream without him. Please welcome the cheap guy himself, Mr. Lee Abraham.
What have you bought?
Evening, chaps. How are we?
All right, mate. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Paul has decided to grace us with his presence this week.
No. Just going to say, just getting ready for going to Europe on Friday with Galahad. So just getting things all together. But to address the question from Hollywood, so very much still, the love affair is still very much going on. Done quite a few gigs with it now, I guess, maybe half a dozen or so. It's just brilliant. It's just brilliant.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Has it got any dings in it?
No, not yet. It's not been christened yet. No, it's all good. And I've done, I may have mentioned to you, I had that slight fear that when I was going to change the strings for the first time, that the lack of string tree would, show that the neck angle wasn't. No problems. I've had, I've changed the strings maybe 3 times on it now. Great. No problems at all. Yeah, so it's
wow. I've got it 10 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it needed a change. I think you could have done with a nice sort of set of decent strings on that when you brought it over. But it's a lovely guitar.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to taking it overseas and maybe putting a ding in it.
Nice one, yeah, definitely.
I really would have liked to have come over to NAMM to check out the Moore and the Ho Tones and the Nux stands. Do you know what? I really like the look of that. Moore have got this thing called the you may have seen it. It's the P. It's called the Prime P2. It's like looks like a Walkman from the 80s, And, but now they brought out like a floorboard version, which is literally about the size of a pencil case that you used to take to school. I really like the look of that. I mean, I'll be interested to see what it sounds like and what it can do. And they're being a bit tight-lipped on it. It apparently was on the stand, on the Moore stand, but
it was. Yeah, the thing about the Moore stand were that it was a bit of a weird stand where, like, no one wanted to talk to you. You couldn't. It was a stand. Yeah, we could have plugged in and tried stuff out, but we were so busy that we didn't really get a chance to do that. And then
it was like a stand at a guitar show 30 years ago. Stuff was a bit piled up like benches with all the gear on that you could plug into, but nobody wanted to talk to you.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Not the only booth where nobody wanted to talk to you. But hey, I've already discussed that.
All right. Yeah.
Who was that?
Sorry, James. Go on. Yeah. Who was that?
What are they called?
I think there were a couple that didn't really want to talk to me.
Well, no, but Positive Grid did not want to talk to us.
No, Positive Grid didn't want to talk to us, did they?
Well, I haven't told you this yet.
Go on. You bought one?
I've ordered one, yeah.
I know you have told me. You have told me. You sent me a message when you ordered it.
Yeah, I've ordered one.
Yeah, Positive Grid weren't very forthcoming in talking. It was almost like they didn't even want to talk. But I don't know if it was just us. That's the thing about these companies. Because I like to be honest about gear. Like if a company approaches me to do a review of a piece of equipment and I don't like it, I will not come out with a video saying I hate this thing, this thing's rubbish. I'll send it back to the company and say I don't think this is for me, or this is why I'm not going to review it.
Yeah.
But when someone buys something off, someone buys something with their hard-earned cash, and then goes on the internet and says, well, look, I think this is great, but here's the problems. Surely a company should then be open to that, because that's basically what everyone's doing, and then you know, to shut yourself away from any person that's ever criticised their equipment is a bit. I think it's a bit sad, but
it's very strange. I mean, it's one of those things. In this, I use the word job very loosely. That, you know, and one of the reasons there's been all the controversy and angst and hair pulling and toys thrown out of playpens and all that sort of stuff is because there is no, normally what we would do, and most of the guitar kind of review community now do, is if you are given the thing, you say that we're given the thing, or you say that we're this is a paid review, product placement, call it what you will. But the one thing that Paul and I will always say is if we buy something, you know, with our own cash, the first thing we normally say is we bought this with our own cash, and we are absolutely free to say exactly what we like about it.
Yeah, but you are anyway. I think you are anyway, and I think
you
everyone
are,
should be.
But people often assume that you're doing a negative review because it's about time you did a negative review if the thing is negative. Because
yeah. Oh, you can't win if you do a positive. Yeah, if you do a positive review, yeah, you're told that you're, you know, that you're getting paid for, and it's anyway. Enough of that chat. What have you bought, Lee? Come on.
One thing I told you about this, Paul. One thing, but I've put together a little mini board to take away.
A flyboard.
Yeah. So using the Boss amp and cab.
Nice.
But I bought one of those.
Oh, cool.
And it's really good actually. So I've got it rigged up. You can rig it up in 4 cable method.
Oh,
so
nice.
Yeah. So it's going through because this has got a loop, an effects loop in it. So the HX1 is going through the loop of the IR2. So what that basically means is, although this unit is only one effect at a time, which I know caused a lot of people to, you know, gnash their teeth and pull their hair. You know, what's the point of releasing a product with only one effect at a time? But I've got it rigged up in such a way that you can choose one effect to go before the IR2 or another effect to go after the IR2, because that's essentially, well, as we all know, 4 cable method, that's how it works. So I've got, so for rhythms, for chunky rhythm stuff, I've got a nice big fat compressor in the HX1, which is before the IR2 to get those really nice chunky rhythms going. But then for solo, I've swapped to another preset on here, which swaps over to a delay, which is going after the IR2. Or,
nice.
through the loop. And you were right. I spoke to you about this, Paul, and I was worried about because I always like to use after the sort of distortion sounds, I like to use a delay and a clean volume boost for solos. And you can as well as the delay, you can actually boost the volume on this as well. So I've got it to boost the volume as well when it hits the solo. But you can do all of the effects that were in the HX range. Obviously, there's not the amp and cab modeling that you get with the stomps and the helix, all that kind of stuff. But everything else is in here. So you get all of the modulation, all the delay, all the reverb, all the dynamic effects, all the sort of acoustic guitar simulator. I've got an acoustic guitar simulator in there. All the drop tuning stuff, so I can drop down to D tuning and all that kind of stuff, again, which is set to happen before this. So it's all in the right order. So far, this has been really great. And for just a compact little board with 3 things on it, I mean, that's a DI box, but, you know, it's fantastic. It's really good. I really like it.
That's brilliant. And are you using that? Is that your live rig at the moment?
It is. Yeah, I've been gigging with this locally, and I'll take it.
And you've been happy with it?
Yeah, it's been great. Sounds really good.
Fantastic.
What's your preamp? What's your front end amp sim? Of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's amp and cab, and I've got it set to 2 sounds. You know,
right.
Sort of clean on the edge of breakup. And
hang on, quick, take a drink.
But you can obviously, when that's on sort of the cleanish sort of sound, I can bring in the fat compressor on this to turn it into like a fairly mid drive sound without having to swap to the other channel on this. But the other channel on this obviously is really high gain stuff. So yeah, nice. Really versatile. Doesn't cost a lot of money.
Very nice.
And great. And
it'll fit in an overpriced rucksack.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, look at that.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
It's all stuck. Let's see. Look at that.
Nice. Generic Velcro or thingy lock or
Generic Velcro. Yeah, no problem.
is
That
it
is-
Duo lock? Is that what it's called?
Sorry.
Is it called Duo lock? The really expensive
Yeah,
stuff?
Duo lock. Yeah. That's what I use.
Or the Gorilla Glue, they make some Velcro tape as well, don't they? But no, just the stuff I got from the range down the road. So
Yeah,
there we go.
Duo lock. Serious. That's what I use. It's great. Proper grippy.
Cool. All right, chaps.
Nice.
All right, mate. Well, good to see you. When you off?
Friday morning. I'm being picked up at 4:30 in the bloody morning. Can you believe it?
Nice. All right, mate. Well, if I don't speak to you beforehand, have a great trip.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. Cheers, chaps.
See you, mate.
Mate,
See you
bye.
soon. It looks like we've got a
It does.
Mr. Wheelchair Pillow. He says, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. He says, how do you choose riffs for gear review? Are they strategically crafted to highlight certain sounds, etc.? Do you?
Paul and I have about 5 riffs each.
The thing is, it's really hard when you're talking about a product as well. It's really hard to be creative. It's like you just go, right. I'm focused on what I'm doing. I'm describing this product and stuff like that. So you just go, right, here's the riffs that you normally use and stuff. And you try to bring in other ones every now and again and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, look, if it's a high gain thing, you have some high gain riffs, and yeah, you know, if it's a clean thing or a breakup sort of thing, yes, you have certain things. But I think I really like it when reviewers have a selection of riffs that they use, because you're used to hearing that riff and how that riff sounds on different products.
Anyone
yeah.
who watched my part of the demo, the IK demo at NAMM, will know that I've got about 5 riffs. I'm going to power through a couple more because we've been joined by even more greatness. But let's get a couple more questions in because we can, just while we're talking about them.
Aristotle says Yamaha did wonderful Pacific guitars when Sir was still Pensa Sir. Yeah.
Now, interestingly, there is a Pensa Sir in the auction, or Pensa in the auction.
Is there?
But it's not the one that we want that's got EMGs.
He does some weird guitars.
Yes.
Does old Rudy Pensa. He does some weird things. I wouldn't stick away from them, but I'd want to try it first, I think. Just do some unusual stuff. Yes, Lee says, yeah, love the Sir, it's staying.
Yeah.
Hollywood says, new High Pacifica, you need to wait what the resale value will be. Also, how much is the Indonesian 1,000 and professional 1,800? I think they're about those sort of prices, yeah.
So where's professional made? Japan?
I think it's Japan.
Yeah.
I think it's Japan. I mean, basically, they're competing with Ibanez, aren't they? That's what they're doing.
But are they? Are they actually competing with Sir? Are they actually competing?
Yeah, they're competing with they're competing with the the Fender Ultras, that sort of stuff, and the Sirs and stuff. Although they're a lot cheaper than the Sirs, but they should be. I mean, they're not handmade in the US.
Lee makes a good point at this point.
I think that's such a good point. Should Yamaha rename the Pacifica to get away from the budget reputation? Yeah. I think
nobody thinks, oh, Pacifica, that's a quality instrument. They all think, oh, that's the sort of thing you start on.
I don't think it's a quality instrument. I think you'd always think. The thing is, when they brought out the Pacifica, that they used to do an expensive range.
But nobody thinks.
No, everyone thinks of the 112s.
Yes.
The cheap sort of 120 quid ones or whatever they were. But still, I mean, I used to teach for Yamaha, so I used to be I used to train the Yamaha teachers how to teach the Yamaha method. So I used to have like a choice of all the Yamaha stuff, and it's good stuff. Even the 112s were good. Vinnie says, "What's up, guys? I'm glad you've started to feel better." Well,
and the amazing thing is, it's almost as if by magic. Please welcome Vinnie the
There he is.
What's
Hello,
up,
mate.
guys? How you doing?
You good yourself?
Good. Yeah, I guess I'm the only one that didn't get sick from that whole show.
Nasty, mate.
Touching base on the Yamaha Pacifica stuff, I owned, I think, 4 of them back in the day, and they were the high dollar ones. It was like, I think it was a 921. I had a 921, an 812. I want to say an 812R was a reverse headstock version, and then
nice.
I had I think a 600 series one, and I think it was 2 900 series, one 800 series, and a 600 series, and they had a really weird neck joint on them. It didn't have like a neck plate; it had 2 bars across it on the back of the on the neck where it was bolted onto, and that was their premium stuff. I
Yeah.
had one with a Floyd, I had one without a Floyd, and one had a sparkle finish, which I think was must have been a custom one with a reverse headstock at the time, and the rumor was, and I don't, this is all rumor, just stuff you see on the internet years ago, but the rumor was that they were sourcing the necks for those guitars from Warmoth. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. It could be BS, but it did have a different neck joint plate than what you would normally see. If I recall, and it's been a while since I've owned them, there was 2 separate bars that went across the 4 screws instead of one plate.
Yes, that rings a
But they
bell.
were-
Do you know there's Jonathan John Cordy has been doing some videos on them, and he's managed to get his hands on a custom shop one. So there's the Yamaha custom shop, which is based in America. They sort of do the designs and stuff, and the one that he's got at the moment or had is really tasty. It's a reverse headstock. Ah, there he is.
That's Marshall.
And
Hi, Marshall.
yes, a reverse headstock, but it's a US built one. It looks great.
Yeah, and maybe there's something to it. Maybe they were sourcing those necks from Warmoth back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that was the rumor back then. But those guitars had all the quality, and I think back then, they were like $1,500 US or something, if I recall. But I would say, looking back, those guitars had just as good quality as anything else. I know there was a guy from a band called Firehouse, if I'm not mistaken, back then in the late '80s that was playing. He was a Dorsey for them. And I remember the ones that I had were loaded with DiMarzios.
Nice.
They were pretty good guitars. I wish the Pacifica was back to that, because I would probably own one.
Yeah.
That new one, the new ones, I was really impressed.
Sorry about that.
I was very impressed by that new one. It looks great. That sort of blue pearlescent finish looks great.
I really like the white one. There's a white one that's like, they look great. They just look great.
But it isn't going to ding well. That's the problem.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I want it to be. Yeah, I do. I want it to be nitro.
Oh, I wanted to show you guys something while I got you here.
Sure. Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Look at that.
Ooh.
You pleased with that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually going to change all the tubes. I got it secondhand off of a guy. And the amp itself is beautifully made. It's actually a black tweed, a regular tweed racing stripe on it. It's EL84 based. It's a 112 cream back in there, 15 watts, and it is plenty loud. I mean, it is really, really loud. However, what I will say is that plugging like an overdrive pedal in front of it to keep it at a modest volume in the house sounds absolutely awesome. It is really, really, really good. So that was one good thing that came in like the day before I left for NAMM. And then I think the week before NAMM, I wanted to show you this.
Ooh.
Yeah, that
Was
I was looking at them today. I was looking at them today to see if there was any in the UK that I could get my hands on.
These
They
are
are nice,
fantastic,
aren't
man. What a great guitar. Absolutely fantastic guitar. And
So this is Frank Brothers.
the Frank Brothers art.
The great thing is Vinnie gets bored with guitars quite easily, so I'm hoping that's going to come my way after when he gets.
I know.
When he
You know what?
gets bored.
If I lived on your side of the pond, that probably would happen.
Yeah.
You'd have plenty of stuff to put on the show. But this
Yeah.
thing, I'll tell you what, the build quality, when we talked about Nick Huber, it's right up there. You know, and I don't say that lightly with a lot of companies.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, look at the attention to detail just in the electronics cavity.
Oh, look at that.
I love that. I love that. It's almost like, look, we're so pleased with our work. We're even gonna
We're gonna cover
show
it in clear plexiglass. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Carina back. It's
Nice.
It's really, really nice, and this is a thin line, so it usually comes with the F hole. But the guy that actually, I got this secondhand. The guy did an F hole delete on this, so which is pretty nice. And they use like a nitro lacquer, so there's like all lacquer cracking in here. I don't know if I could show it to you, but it's all through the hole.
I can see the crackings. I love that.
Yeah, so it's well done. I mean, I don't know if the body shapes for everybody. You know what I mean? And then again, maybe 20 years ago, I would never buy some shit that looked like this ever. But you know, now I just I like this. I like the vintage vibe of it. You know, it's very cool. Stainless steel frame.
It looks like the AC/DC Malcolm Young Gretsch a little bit.
Oh yeah,
it does look a bit like that.
Yeah.
It looks like it looks like someone's got Les Paul and they've just gone like in the 80s. They've just gone here, chop that bit off there. Let's do that there.
Melted really the Les Paul and kind of gone.
Yeah, and what they do is on some of the solid body arcade model, they have a different pick guards that you can pick, and they have one that's pointy that goes with the point here, and it almost looks like a Les Paul and a Gibson Explorer had some kind of abomination of a child. You know, it's but it still it looks cool. It's just, but the three-way switch I think is up here, but they do these to order, so you could have it done, you know, I guess relatively with a lot of different options, you know, within reason, I'm sure. But
no, that's nice. Cool. I really like that.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
I look forward to Paul having that.
Yeah.
And they make an SG-ish kind of guitar, and it's a bolt-on. But from what I understand from the company, is that the neck doesn't have that elongated feel like on an SG, where you're always like if you're not an SG player, you always come up like a half step short at an instinct. It doesn't have that phenomenon going on because it's bolt-on and the way it is. But it's definitely not for everybody. It looks like it's slimmer in the waist than an SG, so it's kind of got a different vibe. But you know, I'm sure it plays great. This thing plays outstanding. The pickups on it are awesome. So these are Righteous Sound RAFs. So they're like a lower wind PAF. You know, Alnico 2 in the bridge, and is it 2 in the bridge? I think it's 4 in the bridge and 2 in the neck. Anyway, they do sound good, and it has a lot of note separation and stuff. So
cool.
But anywho, that's the only thing that's new over here. I think I might be getting rid of the Magnetone amp. That might be going now that I got the Swart. So I got a guy that's wanting to trade me a USA Gibson Les Paul with Lawler Imperials in it from 2008.
Oh, nice.
And I checked the serial number. It looks legit. It's aged pretty nice over time, and you know, it's one of the USA 60s custom shop ones, I think. So I'm thinking about trading him the guitar for the rig, for the amp rig, because I'm not going to play the amp. It's just sitting here.
So it's an R0.
Yeah, just to even swap out. So
that's,
I might.
Personally, I think you've got a good deal there. I would grab that with both hands.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. And even if I don't like the Les Paul, I could always flip it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah.
But that's all that's going on here. Just got reacclimated back into everything over here, being from NAMM. And the only other thing I could add is that it was a bit odd interviewing some of the people there, because it seemed like they were like deathly afraid to be interviewed. That was one of the things I found odd, you know, especially if you're going to be in sales. I also found that some of the people working at the booths didn't really have a lot of knowledge in the stuff that they were selling. So when you did an interview, they had to wait for the boss to come do the interview. I don't know if that's some type of chain of command issue, or some of them really didn't have answers to some of the questions. So I'm assuming it was lack of maybe knowledge too. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think it's probably the commander. I think sometimes the boss wants to do the press stuff and
Yeah,
doesn't
true.
want that, someone
Yeah,
messing up and saying the wrong.
Yeah, some people are really nervous, and I was like, listen, it's gonna be just explain it to me like I just walked up and I was looking at your stuff. You know what I mean? Not a big deal.
Yeah.
But
People
I'm
do
glad
get
you
funny
guys.
though.
What's that?
So people do get funny when you put a camera in their face.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and that's
But
fair
it was
enough.
it was a good time. I had a blast, and it was nice seeing you guys over there. So
Well, it was
anyway,
great to hang with you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take up too much more of your time. I
Good
know
to
you
see you,
got the
mate.
show to continue on, so I'll see you soon.
Cheers, mate.
Okay,
See you,
mate.
Vinny. See you soon. Right, where are we?
We are there. Steve Cassidy Guitar says,
Yeah.
Namaste.
John Love, he says, I was chuffed to nab a used KHG 4 amp. Nice. 2 cab switches this week on Fleabay. Billy Bug. What?
What?
300 notes?
Yeah, well done.
Well done, mate. No, that you've done very well
That's
with that.
what I'm using, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I've got an 8x4 coming.
I need an 8x4.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do something. Maybe because I probably don't need an 8x4, so maybe we'll do something with that. I'll have a think.
Yes. Yeah, let's have a switcheroony.
Chris Schrom, he says, hello, thoughts on the PRS Studio? I've been enjoying your videos on it, and I'm thinking of getting one. What are your thoughts on it after some time has passed?
Well, I can tell you what your thoughts are. He loved it so much.
It's look, they're really good. They're really good. The only thing about the Studio for me is that middle pickup, right? Because PRSs, hang there. PRSs have an arch top. I mean, it's if I can get the angle right on here, it's
carved,
quite a lot. It's very carved, yeah. So it arches up, a carved top, sorry, as opposed to an arch top. Well done, Jamie. And when you stick a pickup in the middle position of that guitar, that tends to be where a lot of people pick as your comfortable picking position. Yes, you can move around, and we all move around and stuff like that to get different tones out of the guitar. But as your standard picking position, it was exactly where I picked. So not every time I picked, but a lot of the time when I pick, I was clunk, always clunking on the pickup. And it just got to the point where I was just like, I don't want to change my technique. And I don't really feel like I should have to change my technique for the guitar. I'd rather get a guitar that, I don't get that with a Strat, because the Strat's got a flat top. A Les Paul, because the Les Paul's still got that top. It's still got the carved top, but there's no pickup in the middle. And I don't think it works. I think it's a great guitar and it sounds brilliant. If you can get past that, absolute cracking guitar.
But Paul loved it so much he sold it.
Yes, I sold it. Yeah, but just for that reason, I just couldn't get past it. Hollywood actress, yes, upwards 2.5 euros for professional Pacifica and 1.5 for the standard plus. I can see myself getting used to standard plus. Nice.
Yes,
they are nice though. Geo Sundance, how can I convince my bandmates to go to the modeler route and in-ears? It's really difficult.
Convince is very dangerous. What you need them to do is convince themselves.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's really hard for someone to. If they're against in-ears, they'll hate in-ears.
I was trying to get my entire band to use ears all the time. I was playing drums with them all the way through. I wanted them to use in-ears. It would have made our life so much easier. I leave the band, they buy a new PA, and they all go on ears. I'm like, thanks. And they went, well, it's because we don't have you to do our monitors anymore. I was like, but you could have been doing them yourselves all along and been happy and loved it.
Yeah.
I think the sales pitch for me on in-ears is it's not just the ears. You have to offer them a thing, and that thing is control. If you say to your singer, say the singer is running around, whatever, say at no point is there such a thing as moving out of your monitor sweet spot anymore. You can wander around the whole stage because you're here. Your bass player is not going to have to think, oh my God, I can't move from here, because every time I move away from my cab, I can't hear myself. And all I can hear is screams of shredding distortion from the guitar player. It's control. Yeah. I've got nothing wrong with that. You know, most people say to me, wow, your in-ear mix is quite a nice balance, because I like to hear what's going on. Yes, the drums are probably louder and the bass drum is probably a lot louder than everybody else has it. But I like quite a nice balance in the ear mix. I know people who only have themselves, which I think is sad and insular. But I know people who only have themselves and they don't want to hear everybody else because they get enough bleed from the outside world. But to me, it's all about having a nice mix of the whole band. The only other thing I'll add is in-ears are one thing. Get decent molds as well, because that will make it so much more better for everyone. If you're going to try it, I appreciate it's not something you can try easily, but bite the bullet and get some decent molds done. It's going to cost you.
The only thing I would say as well is that I've done loads of gigs with people that love the idea of in-ears, and every single gig this happened that I did a gig with this person, the ears would come out.
Yeah,
they come out. And it's just like, you've got to get used to it. You've got to get used to it, and you've got to get your mix right. And once it's right, it's. I wouldn't want to go back.
Singers often say, "But I can't hear the crowd." Well, the answer to that is put a crowd mic out.
Yeah. Stick a mic out front, definitely.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you can hear the crowd. So there are in-ear packs that have mics built into the ears, so you can actually tweak the amount of bleed you get back into your ears, but it's controlled. That's the key. Yeah, the sales pitch is control.
I love in-ears. I love in-ears. Just
I couldn't go back.
No,
I couldn't go back. But as a drummer, I do like it when the monitors engineer says, "Do you want a sub behind you just for some feel?" And I go, "Yeah,
no,
because that's fun."
Fender 1960 CS, he says, hello, dear sirs. Hope you're both well this evening. Paul, is it possible to have you do a lesson video on that clean Hendrix melody you play so frequently on the channel? Such a beautiful melody. Which one's that?
You know, that Hendrix thing you play.
Is that the what? It's not the thing that I always that. No, that's not Hendrix. He's not the not that one, is it?
Oh, that could be Hendrix, yeah.
I guess it could be. That's
what.
Yeah, the only thing, if I do a video on it, people go, "Oh, that's all you ever play." Videos.
One of our songs.
Yes, it's one of our songs. It's called I love this. Drifting in the Dark.
Drifting in the Dark. No, Drifting in the Dark's not that one. No.
It's not?
Drifting in the Dark is.
No, it's not. Unbelievable. No, look, no, it's not. That's The World Didn't Turn.
Oh, that's right.
No, it's Drifting in the Dark. Jesus. Honestly. You can tell we don't go out on tour. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine this? James goes, right, next song, Drifting in the Dark, and James counts it, and I'm going, that's not the right tempo.
Yes, the Studio Rats live wouldn't be live very long.
No. Live and wrong. Hollywood actress. Ned, has anyone done a comparison of the Pacifica 612 versus a new standard? That would be a good shootout. There would be a good shootout. But going back to Fender 66, yes, if that's the tune you mean, let me know and I'll see if there's a way that I can do a video on that. Okay. Davros, half beard. Evening. Hope you guys are on the mend. Thanks, mate. He said birthday pedal weekend. Still never got a compressor. What?
Get a compressor. Get the Keeley.
Yeah, go and get the Keeley. The forgot one on there. I have, yeah. Keeley 4 knob. It's a great compressor.
Oh, and for whoever it was who said we've Paul and I have fallen out, we haven't. I mean, I know I'm wrong, and he tells me.
There's a couple of things. I mean, there's a couple of things I think we should discuss.
Like, oh, there it is. I knew that was coming.
Every night. There's that. We didn't fall out over that. Anyway.
You bastard.
Yeah, go and get a Pet says even we're back. Much drunkenness in NAMM or more subdued. Oh my god, mate, we were steaming.
What?
Not proud of it.
There was one night I was it? Where did we go?
Oh, he was like,
Friday?
you were in a right mess.
Oh, it was after that awful, that weird party.
Funny enough, but look at Steve's next comment.
Yeah, it was that awful party, and I decided the only way to get through it was to drink heavily in the free bar. So that was, I could barely walk, and we walked home.
Did we walk home?
We walked home.
I can't remember. Oh, hammered, absolutely hammered. Right, yeah. So yes, yeah. So did either of you get starstruck by anyone at NAMM? I heard Corey Feldman was there.
It was
that was the event we went to, and literally, James and I were like, God, they're free pouring these G&Ts. So we were like cramming down the G&Ts, and then we look over at the stage.
We now know what the definition of heavy appetizers was. That the phrase they used?
Something like that. I know what it was.
Finger food, basically. Straight in dishes of finger food everywhere, masses of it.
Yeah. English. Finger. What's that noise on? And it was that Davidas with Corey Feldman. Davidoff.
For men.
It was a bizarre evening. It was a bizarre evening. But did we get starstruck? I don't really get starstruck.
I've only been starstruck once ever at NAMM, and that was my first NAMM, and I completely lost it with Simon Phillips. I lost the ability to speak. And then you bugger, send me a message saying, I'm sat in the press area next to Simon Phillips.
Yeah, I thought James would get a little semi going because Simon Phillips was there. Did we get starstruck? Was there anyone?
I think the only person who everyone gets starstruck by, because he's a freaking legend, is Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, always Stevie Wonder. Oh, the first time I saw Stevie Wonder, I was like, Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, oh, there's Stevie Wonder and his crew pushing everyone out the way every year. So that that becomes boring.
I didn't see Steve Vai this year, which was very upsetting.
I don't think I've ever seen Steve Vai actually. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. I mean, you see loads of famous people. You see so many famous people.
The lovely thing is, right, and this is something that I was trying to explain to someone the other day, is that they are there because it's a publicity event and because they are endorsees of brands. So it is expected for people to stop for selfies and all that sort of stuff. So I saw Leland Sklar, who I think is a freaking hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chatting with people and having selfies and stuff. And every single selfie went a certain way. And I only know this because of my time with Al Schmidt. Every Leland Sklar selfie does this.
Oh, yeah, because they do, yeah.
Nathan East, I saw outside. He was listening to one of the bands who were doing a cover of Get Lucky, and they were doing it really well on the back stage at the back outside the North Hall. And he was stood there going, "These guys are really grooving," and everyone just turned around and went, "Fuck, it's Nathan East." But the thing is, no one's like, "Oh my god, it's Nathan East." Like, it's Nathan East. Nathan, do you mind? We have a picture. Yeah, cool. It's really nice. It's lovely.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Funny. I wonder if it's your first time you see all these people and you go, "Oh, right, yes." You get excited and stuff. But
I think the only time I ever got properly fanboy starstruck was when I saw my first NAMM. My first guitar teacher came up to me. I might have told this story before. I had Wolf Marshall's Play Rock guitar, the tape and the book. And I was on the Sibelius booth working, and this bloke came up to me and said, "Hi, I'm Wolf Marshall." I went, "I know who you are. You taught me guitar." And he was properly, I said, "I suspect I'm not the first person to say that."
Hey, I've got something I want to talk about.
I've got him.
And we do, maybe we do talk a little bit too much. We're a little bit too open on this show.
Please, no more snoring videos.
No, it's not that. No, but Rob Chapman's video. Rob Chapman's NAMM video. And bless him, he had a car crash and all that sort of stuff. And that, that must have been horrendous. And I'm really glad that everyone was okay that was in the car and stuff. And then he's walking around NAMM and he says, "Oh, there's a Celestian bus," and it was if anyone knows what a British Route Master bus looks, it's an old
Cliff Richard Summer Holiday.
Yeah, it's the classic London bus.
Yeah, 1960s London bus.
Yeah, London bus, and it had Celestian on it, and it had some Union Jack things on it. And he walks past. He says, "Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's a bit racist." I was just like,
I stopped the video at that point.
About a bus?
I stopped the video at that point and I sent the message to you. It said, "Check out the Chapman video, 19 minutes, 20 seconds. I'm sorry, Rob. You're a moron. That's not racist. If anything, it's patriotic. If anything. If not, it's just saying that Celestia are a British brand."
That was such a strange comment.
Do the meme of the guy who does the meme far better than I do.
But that was such a weird.
No, I'm going to call him out. I'm going to say, "Rob, you're a dick for saying that."
Oh no, let's not go that far. But it's a very strange comment. I thought, and if we're all getting that woke, it's just that where are things going? So yes, let's please stop that, Rob. Let's please stop that. Next question. Oh, actually, we should do the news.
Let's do the news. Yeah, let's do the news. Yes.
Do the news. Okay, let's do the news.
Is there any?
Huh?
Is there any?
Well, there's a few bits and bobs in there, just usual stuff.
Oh yes, there's the one thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. Rapier's Les Paul Strat. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's a bit of a wrong one.
What's the cushion?
It's a bit of a wrong one, isn't it? Huh?
What's the cushion for?
No, it's only because I've been looking at Stuve cushion. I bought the wife a Stuve cushion.
That's horrible. It looks like a Burns.
Well, that is very Burns. It's very sort of Woolworths.
If someone who had seen a strap for 2 minutes was told draw a strap, that's what they draw.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, mate. No, the wrong ones. The wrong ones. Yeah, I completely apologise for bringing that up. That is a wrong one. New Fender custom shops.
Well, they're lovely.
They're nice, aren't they? Yeah. So price of custom shops are going up. Oh, look at that! Isn't that interesting? I didn't notice that. Has it got one down? Has it got a picture of that? Let me just come down. There it is. That's like my Masterbuilt, isn't it?
Yes.
With the 2 P90s. The 2 P90s in the F hole. Yeah, so yes, they're going up. They're let's have a look at it. There was one, the first one that I came
I like
to.
the telly with the Bigsby, I must admit.
Yeah, the only thing is, it's just, I think it's the fact it's got a Bigsby that will put me off on a telly. But so yeah, £5,000 for the postmoderns.
It's a
It's
lot
of money, isn't it?
isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of money. I love the Jag. That looks great, I think.
I like that red Strat as well. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, that looks nice, isn't it? Not so, yeah, a bit bland on that one. Not so sure.
I like the
No.
Stevie Ray Strat. That's nice.
Oh, do you like that? Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I could play that.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, the
They've
white
got
the white one's the way forward.
that one.
Yeah.
I used to have one. I used to have that exact model, 162 like that.
And I
Nice,
do.
isn't it?
I like the Fender Jazz as well. That looks great like that.
It does look nice, doesn't it?
£5,000 though.
Les Paul Modern Studio. So they brought out a new studio.
Now let's remember that the whole point of a studio is to be a cheap, good Les Paul without
the whole
bells and the purfling and all that sort of stuff.
Well, the point of a studio is yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be a Les Paul without any of the binding, any of the stuff that is fancy, because it's just meant to be.
Yeah.
There it is. It's a studio guitar. It's not meant for going out and looking, looking
And
very flat.
It should be cheaper.
Yeah, it should be. So they've got but this time they're putting bound ebony fretboards on them with compound radius. Unfortunately, they're still using the 490Rs and the 490Ts pickups, which are god awful. Apart from that,
how much is the red wine now? The red wine version that I've got.
2199.
2199.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? It's a lot of money. This, do you know what? I picked out the stuff that was on that I thought looked interesting, and I haven't done any research on this, but I thought it looked quite cool. So what is this?
It's a looper, isn't it? It's a loop board.
What's that?
It's a Chinese loop board.
Is that what it is? Oh, I like the colours. Isn't that? I was just like, oh, it's pretty cool.
I like the colours. It's pretty.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it does more than that. €249. We don't know what it does. Actually, yes, you're right. It must be. It's got loads of expressions. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. And right, okay. And now I think the big news of the week. This is the big news. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for you guys to see this. PRS have got a bag.
Now, we were talking about this last night.
Before you say anything, they've even done a video about a bag. So they've done a product launch for a bag.
Now, we have a WhatsApp group with Gregoire, and we were chatting, and I went, I bet it's about 249 quid was what I said. Because I went, that'll be a laugh and no one will buy it except dentists. It's £220.
It's a lot of money. It's obviously a nice quality bag. I don't think that's fair about the dentist thing. I love PRS products, so this is not, but it does. I mean, this is the thing that I think is ridiculous. You can fit 2 pedals in it. Who wants to put pedals in a bag? You have a pedal board
and a tearaway bag for cable management.
It's a funny product for PRS. I think they could have released it on their website, and
it should be a giveaway. What they should have done is gone with everyone who buys a whatever PRS top, like a Wood Library or a 10 top, will give you this bag. And then if you want to buy a bag, it's 200 notes.
That's a nice
All
idea,
of a sudden, they'd have sold a gazillion. They might have given away a couple of, they might have given away 100, but they'd have sold 1,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm no marketing professional, my God, but you know, they could lose. What's the cost of goods on that? Probably, if it's 80 quid, I'd be surprised.
I think you're right there. I'd say 50 to 80 quid.
If they'd gone, do you know what? We'll swallow 80 quid's worth of margin on the price of what's a wood library or a 10 top.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess starting at £5,000.
Right. So say £5,000 minimum. If they'd lost 80 quid's margin, and all of a sudden there's 100 of these bags out there, everyone will be going, "I want one of those bags. They look really cool. Oh, it's 200. Oh, sorry, I'll have it." Now everyone's going, "How bloody ridiculous! PRS bringing out a rucksack." You know full well it's not PRS bringing out a rucksack. It's some Chinese OEM company putting a PRS logo on a rucksack.
I mean, we don't know that. We don't know it's Chinese OEM. We don't know. We don't know. It could be.
I'll take a very prove me wrong. PRS, send us one. There you go.
Oh yeah, I'd love one. Thanks, PRS. Yes, yeah, send us one of your nice bags. No, but it's a nice looking bag, but yeah, it's a bit of a weird product. It's a bit weird to do a video on, I think. Anyway,
Yes.
it's me done.
Very,
Don't
very
strange. I don't want to upset any companies.
It just proves that you and I are getting on, though.
What? Getting on?
You and I get on. He still likes me, promise.
Oh, yeah. Howdy, y'all, says K. Michael P. Howdy, K. Michael P's. Star. Yes, we knew what you meant, mate. Don't worry. Al says, Paul, what do you think of the PJD guitar range? Really good. I tried them out at the NAMM show. I did a video on them, actually, on their standard range. Their cheaper end range, I thought was really good for the money.
Nice.
Max says, Paul, be good to have a backroom chat before certain releases. James has my direct contact. Ooh. Are you getting? Huh?
Max knows more than I do, really.
Does Max? I don't know what certain release is.
I don't know either.
So there's nothing. I don't think there's anything that I know of. Max,
message me because I don't know either.
Okay, yeah. There's nothing that I. Oh, actually, no. There's a couple of things coming up, but nothing that I think Max would be.
Yeah, Max, message me if you've got more info than we have. Then share the love.
Dave says, "Is that more expensive than a Fender Acoustasonic?" What we're talking about there?
The Emerald. I think yes, it is, isn't it?
A little bit, yes, a little bit. I think there are some more expensive Acoustasonics. They do an American range of Acoustasonics, don't they?
Yes.
Did you chance to check out the 20 grand John Mayer Martin? Yikes! No, I didn't get to check out any of the acoustic stuff, unfortunately, Keith.
We left that to Aaron, didn't we?
Yeah, Aaron was. Yeah. I think there's some YouTube channels that very much concentrate on just acoustics, and
we do an acoustic video and it dies.
Maybe. Mark Vonderhoff, opinion on a Squire Surf Telecaster? Yeah, I mean, just make sure you try it before you buy it, I would say, and try a few. Pick the best ones.
Yeah, always a good shout with a budget range. Always try several. That way you'll know if you're getting a good one out of a bad bunch or a bad one out of a good bunch.
Exactly, yeah. But yes, absolutely. Give it a go. I'm sure they'll be fantastic. Afternoon, says John. Afternoon, John. Hollywood. He said, great to hear and see Lee is still super happy with his sir. Yes, he's very chuffed with that, isn't he? And as he should be. Mike says, was to buy a Combo Deluxe 65 pedal, but now contemplate the Katana 50 Mark II at 200 credits. Ooh.
Yeah, there are deals out there.
Yeah, loads of deals apparently at the moment. Only review gear you think you're going to like. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because it's not fair on the company. If there's, it might be a great product, and then because it's not for you, doesn't mean it's not a great product, does it?
No, absolutely.
Like a pointy metal guitar wouldn't be for me, and I probably wouldn't give it a good review. So I would turn that down. Or were there any game-changing products at the Shub Capo stand?
I hate the word game changer. Is
I used it. I used it recently.
Well, I used it on our microphone launch because I genuinely think it's a really different thing. But it's not a game changer. It's still a microphone that you put in front of a thing to record a thing or make the thing louder.
Yeah.
If it was a microphone that made you coffee and gave you a back rub and put your socks on for you, that is a game changer.
Yeah.
Not very practical, but hey.
Michael Von Hoff said, I'm seriously lusting over Gretsch Lap Steel. No idea on how to play it. Check out as well, Duesenberg as well, do a good lap steel.
Hang on a sec. Hang on.
Have you got one? What you've got something, haven't you?
I've got, I'm just trying to find it. Hang on. It's hiding.
This is great. This is great television, isn't it?
Oh, put me down. I am the world's worst lap steel player. But I was in.
There you go. Great.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I laugh and say that I go into music shops and can't not spend money, but I went in and I couldn't help myself, so I bought this several years ago now, and I think it's been on about 3 records.
Oh, is it? You have actually used it.
Oh yeah, I bought a really good steel as well, so I can do the whole kind of Pink Floyd thing at the beginning of Breathe.
Or just
slow and the pigs thing. I can do that quite well. It's great. The pickup is probably terrible, and it's covered in dust. But it is an absolute. I mean, it's the definition of a plank.
This isn't it?
But it's great. Made in China.
Surprised that.
It wasn't an expensive one.
No, it certainly wasn't.
Yes. So, I'd check one out. They're fun. Yep. But get a good steel. A good heavy steel is the way forward.
Robert said, what's your gear for touring Europe? So he did his. He had his.
He did, yeah.
IR Boss IR2. He had a DI box and the Line 6 HX1.
Yes.
That's it, and that's what he's using. Nick Torres says, evening guys, do you believe that there's a difference between boutique and regular amplifier sound wise? I get the durability and resale value part, but what about the sound? Yes. Whether it's worth the extra money, there is a definite difference between I mean, James and I always say, I think the thing we notice the most is how quiet they are. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and they're quiet when you turn them up to extremes. When we've done 100-watt amp shootouts, I think we did my Marshall 100-watt, we did the Katana 100-watt, and we did your Matchless all at full tilt. Now, agreed, the Marshall is 100 watts and the Katana was and the Matchless was 30. Sorry, the Marshall was 100s, but the Matchless was 35. But the numbers didn't lie on the dB meter. There wasn't much in it. But
the Matchless was easily as loud as easily.
It was the background noise. It was the that was coming out the Marshalls, and the Matchless was like, and
yes. Yeah, there is. I mean, every amp, amp's different. If the Amplified Nation amplifiers, they sound fantastic. They're fantastic build quality, and they're really quiet. So, do I think there's a difference? Yes. Is it £4,000 difference? Probably not. But you're not just paying for that. Mike says, buy a multi in order to figure what pedals you want. Yeah, that's a
Great shout.
Yeah. Dynamic Hypnotic says, just grab myself a Laney IRT 60H based on your vid. What a beast. Couldn't be happy with it. Nice one. Got the IRT. Is that the rack one?
Yeah, I think so.
Rack
Yes.
one, yeah. I don't think I've
Really
ever tried one. I'd like to try one of them. That's supposed to be really good.
Mm.
Jim Simmons says, did you guys hear the new 2-notes genome amp modeling and effects plugin? Yeah, I've got it. They've asked me to do a video. It'll be out next week. It's really good. Really good. Mike says, yo, Vinny. Mike says, I had a 5150 in debt. Just kidding. In debt, just kidding? What's he done?
Not sure I
with
get that, but hey.
Loves Rutherford says, hi guys, I still have Pacifica 604W, great guitar. The 600 series Pacifica were all very good. The 604 is the same neck joint that Vinny mentioned. The neck is super slim and fast. Nice one. Cheers, Loz. Ned says, Hollywood, I would love to see that comparison to the 612 can be found used for less than €450 here in Sweden. I can see myself buying one if the difference isn't significant. Nice one. But that's a good price, isn't it? Mr. Rayton, he says, evening, all wiring up new studio and enjoying some studio natter. Welcome, mate. I hope your studio's going well. Johnny Love, Vinny the Axe, do you know the weight of that guitar, Vinny? Cheers. Well, it's a hollow one. I imagine it's probably about £6, something like that. Because it's
Nice.
I think Vinny mentioned how light it was. But if Vinny's about, Vinny can let us know exactly. Michael says, isn't it weird that somebody needs to think your gear is cool in order to be cool? Yeah.
Yeah, the world's full of strange people like that.
Keith Richards took a look at my car. Nothing. Is there a joke there? I'm sure there's a joke there.
Hang on.
Charlie Watson Craftwork. What a great show that would have been. Charlie. What's going on? I don't get the joke.
I'm not sure I get it either, but hey.
Michael's sense of humor. Dynamic Hypnotic volume knob on the Strat drives me nuts at times. I'd love to move it. I guess I'm just so used to a volume knob on the Strat. Perfect. Strat to me is perfect.
Never really thought about it.
Oh, there we go. Johnny Love, £6.9.
You were close.
Cheers, Vinny. Nice. Nick Torres, with tube amps, is the whole problem with volume when using the amp's distortion. I find that you can get amazing clean tones with the volume on 3. Julian Large has great tone and doesn't play loud. I think he uses very small amps, though. I think he uses like Princeton's, isn't he? Which is a tiny little amp, especially for live. So
I think that's
to keep
if all you want is headroom, volume isn't the issue. It's when you start wanting that cooking power tube thing, that's when you start generating lots of volume.
Oh, I disagree. I think headroom for me is if you're the guitar player that likes headroom and you're on a stage, but you don't want your amp to break up, that's when you need headroom. So you need that 100-watt 2 rock or blah blah blah, because it can stay clean at those volumes.
Yeah, but it's when you get the power amp start to really cook, that's where the tone comes from, and you have to crank your power amp stage up for that. So if you've a high headroom amp, you're still going to have the volume because your power tubes are up.
Yeah,
up totally.
Yeah. I like the Dynacomp, but the Keeley is great as well. Nice. Mike says your video on the Thomas Blue new amp thing was the most important video of NAMM. Cheers, mate. This will be a product that will get non-DSP types into dumping tube amps. It won't go out of date as it's analog. I think you're right. I think now I've heard it. I think you'll do really well with it.
I think it's Marmite until it's out in the world. People either love it or hate it until it's out. I mean, the number of times I've turned up to gigs where guitar players have got an amp one because of what it is and how it is.
It's great sounding stuff. I mean that, and honestly, and someone even said, someone sent a video, a message today saying, there's no good kick, clean or breakup tones on that. And I said, what was the first tone? He said, I don't think that's a good breakup tone. That's perfect. But anyway, Steve says, I love how all your bandmates wait until you put IEMs in, then want to talk to you. That's it. You're constantly just going.
Yeah. I always say, talking to the mic. At rehearsals, I used to say, talking to the mic. Why? Because no one can hear you unless you talk into the mic. But why?
Yeah.
What fucking ears in?
He does get cross. Centre Wheelchair Pillow says, thumbs up, everyone. 93 watching. No, 29 thumbs up. This is disgusting. Yeah, it gives a thumbs up. It really does help. It really does help. Davros, he says, yeah, Super Lead Soldano got high. Nice.
Oh, nice. That, tell you what, that little Soldano SLO pedal is awesome.
Is it? It's good, yeah?
It's really good. I'm looking forward to bringing that over
No.
and really annoying you with lots of high gain.
Yeah, I know. I like high gain. Max says Paul keeps glitching. Sorry, peeps.
He's not feeling very well.
Yeah.
It's like Max Headroom.
Yeah. Jeff says Fender 9060, as Paul suggested. This might be it. I can't post the link, but the title of the video is The Studio Rats Drifting in the Dark featuring Jack Rubinacci. Cheers, Jeff. Thanks, mate.
It is drifting in the dark.
It's on YouTube. It's on the tubes and on
Yes.
Spotify and Apple Music and all that sort of.
Yes.
You want to listen to our guff while you're in your kitchen? You can do it too. Music Master, you know that song Land Down Under yet? I've been wondering how to get that tone on my Boss Katana.
That's a flute.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out what guitar or what defined guitar is in that song.
It's probably a boom, chick it.
Yeah. I think it is like that.
Yeah.
It's
Probably
great.
massive amounts of compression.
Yeah.
No bottom end, no mid, just all top end. And if I'm remembering it right, it's going to be heavily compressed. It was probably straight into the desk.
I'll have to have a listen to it. I'll have a listen this week, and then maybe we can talk about it next week. Davros says, next time for compressor, lol, a Super Lead Soldano pedal jumped out of me. I was powerless. Nice.
It does.
That's the same pedal you've got.
Yeah,
That's the same pedal you've got, yeah.
This one. Oh, nearly not the booze over. This thing is filth.
There we go.
It's very awesome.
Nice.
It's already been on a track.
Oh, excuse me.
Into the rather lovely Cornell, the TSR Cornell.
Nice. Hollywood says, what Vinnie said is true. The early 812 Pacificas in the 90s had warmth necks. Oh, and the 912s defo did. Also, the super high-end Japan Pacific, like the 1221 with Floyd's, were exceptional. Nice. I have to check them out.
Nice.
Vinny says, Hollywood, good to know my memory bank is still working after all these years. Thank you for the fact checking. God, I can't even say it. I was wondering if I had that right. Senator Wheelchair says, Union Jack kind of resembles the Confederate flag from the US Civil War. Could Rob be making an offhand joke about the resemblance? Confederate flags are considered racist over here. No, definitely not. I think Rob knows what you mean.
But strictly speaking, it's the Confederate flag that resembles the Union Jack, not the
Yes.
Just putting that out there. I don't think it looks similar enough. I mean, yeah, moving on. before I start saying anything else.
Yes. Let's not get into it. I always think a Les Paul Studio is being, yeah. I think that's because it was in
I got one for 600 quid.
100, how much?
600 quid, my Les Paul Studio.
Nice. Yeah. That's what I remember him sort of being around that sort of price. Hollywood, I have a Yamaha soft spot Still got an RGX. I had an RGX.
Oh, they were great.
302 telly and a 2013 112, which has a usual neck as poly finish like a Les Paul Custom. So the neck is thicker than the standard. Oh, there we go. Michael says, I'm sick about the digital bullshit. I'm going to buy a tube amp DSL5. Nice. I'll let us know how it goes, mate. Yeah, I'd like to hear your opinion on that. Jovi Walsh Marshall, that name reminds me. Is he the same guy who tabbed out the early 90s tab book? Yes.
Yep, that's him. Yeah.
The one.
No internet back then. And it was all on a tape. So the first thing on the tape was the 6 notes you had to tune to, because obviously everyone's tapes were running different speeds.
Yes.
Which, of course, if you had a Floyd Rose, completely messed you up.
Yeah. Lee will have that Chinese looper to show you next time he's on. Probably will. Yeah, Hollywood. Wolf Marshall's books and backing track tapes were Every Shredder's Rescue and Ack.
To be honest, I'm probably still playing about 5 or 10 of the licks out of that book.
Oh, yeah. Nice. I work with peeps that do not even listen, says Michael.
Well, yeah, we've all played with bass players.
Oh, absolutely. Lol, Johnny. Not even get the concept. Yeah. These are all. I think these are all sort of in between themselves. Jeff Rock, any experience with the Fender Mod Shop, guys? Could be a good option for me and other lefties. We don't really get. Oh, hold on. No, the Mod Shop. That's the one where you order it on the Fender website, isn't it? No, I've got no experience with that. You don't often see any Mod Shop guitars here over in the UK, but I'm sure you can order them. Keith White says, Aristides TO, any chance of a deep dive in the future? And evening, gents. Always enjoy the show. If they send one over, I'd love to. I thought it was a great guitar.
It played really nicely, didn't it?
It's great. Yeah, I really like.
It's amazing how Paul's playing bits get on videos. Mine, not so much.
Oh no, you want to know why? Because I had to pick a bit that wasn't going. Because it was so distorting the mic.
Oh God!
The only bit that was actually usable was that little bit of playing.
Oh, fair enough.
Michael says, "What was the bestie gig you attended?" Speaking for myself, 16 horsepower, 1998, mind blowing. I don't know them.
The best gig I've ever been to. I'm trying to think. Best gig. But Mike says.
So Mike says, Greg Koch, Mark Lettieri, and he's going to see Julian Lage soon.
Nice. And Max says, IRT is the Lionheart. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
LRT, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the...
That 60-watt Lionheart was awesome.
Yeah, it was good. Very
Best
good.
Best gig I've ever been to.
I'll do mine. Brian Adams. I'm just pulling a good, like really just a great performer and a good tunes and all that sort of business.
I think the best gig I've ever been to was Dire Straits. Was on.
Oh,
was the,
Dire Straits. Oh, that's a good point.
On the night tour. On the night was the last big stadium tour that they did.
On
every street. On every street tour.
I saw that as well. Yeah, that was good.
I saw them at Portman Road, and it was, which is Ipswich Town's football stadium, and it was epic. And a mate of mine got on the front page of the Evening Star, which was the paper, the Ipswich paper, the next day, because he was stood on top of a lamppost, on top of a post box to see him from the outside.
Oh, was he? Oh, good man.
Nah, brilliant gig, absolutely awesome gig. Yeah, what James had then told.
Nice. Yeah. Music Master. I bought the Harley Benton SC450 plus gold top out of the box. It was unplayable, but I've got it fixed up now. It's one of my favorite guitars. Love it now. Nice one. Yeah, that's the downer about cheaper guitars that it's the finished quality, I guess.
The QC, there isn't any QC, is there?
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Cat 50 Mark II, the same as an IR2. Nice.
Great.
Aristotle's, the noise is thermonic noise, atom level. No matter how you build an amp, the more gain you have, the more noise. There's no way around physics. Yes.
Thermionic noise.
That's thank you. Yes, but yeah, very much so. But boutique amplifiers, or the boutique amplifiers that even an amp like James's Friedman, tons of gain in that thing, quiet as a mouse.
Yep.
So it's very different. You know, you get like a Marshall and you get a Friedman up. There is completely different. If you just turn, you know, the volume down on the guitar, the amount of noise that comes from a Marshall and a Friedman is completely different.
And that Friedman is probably one of the best amps I've ever bought.
There we go. Mike says Headroom is being able to choose between a burger and something else. I don't know what's going on. Keats, he said, cut sheets of felt into washer and insert on volume pot under knob. Strat volume will stay in place while playing. I've never had a problem with the Strat volume moving around.
Me neither. Other than the fact that on my Strat Plus, the volume, the actual volume, the pot top has worn away. So it just goes round and round and round in circles.
Oh no, that's not. Oh, I see. You mean the little grippers inside the
plastic grip?
Yeah. I tell you what, the PRS Silver Sky's got a very light action on the knobs. It way more than a Strat, so I can imagine that sort of spinning a little bit. Right, let's get through these. We've got 20 minutes. Let's get through them.
Yeah.
Doing love. Also with large headroom amps, those little delicate touches on the strings can sound sublime. Very true. Very true. Music Master, I appreciate you guys reading my comment. Down Under is a song I've loved for a lot. It's a great tune.
It's a great tune.
Who wrote it?
Well, Men at Work is the band. I couldn't tell you who wrote it.
Men at Work. Yeah, Men at Work was who I was looking for. Land and Under was had for copyright. The Kookaburra song. The documentary is pretty sad. Oh. Okay.
Clearly it wasn't Men at Work.
Yeah. Jennifer Roger said, James, you're right about what resembles what. Respect for the original. I don't know I can't remember what that comment was.
We were talking about flags, weren't we? It's like when someone says Prince covered Sinead O'Connor's song "Nothing Compares to You."
He did a great job of that, didn't he?
He did, yeah, nailed it.
Michael says, being Brett or close is iffy. I do understand.
Flags.
There's nothing racist about a flag. And if it's used in a racist manner.
Exactly. Yes.
So yes, if you know, if there's some anyway.
It's not
Bill McNally, best gig, Paul McCartney, Albert Dock, Liverpool. Nice.
Very cool. Oh, but that was a good gig.
Queen at NEC, nice. Yeah. Nice. Page and Plant says Keats. Front row, Rod Stewart standing next to me for half the show. Nice.
Very, very nice.
Steve Cassidy says best gigs, Jill Scott and Glasgow Barrowlands. Oh, nice. I played Barrowlands. Scott Matthews, Card Hall. Nice. Jonathan Morgan guitar. Watching Larry Carton in a pokey New York jazz bar. Behold, he was on a few times at one of the at the Sire stand. Got to listen to him play. Yeah, but obviously great, isn't he? Jonathan Morgan says watching Larry in a pokey New York jazz bar.
Same thing.
Yeah, nice. Jeff Cook says, by the way, I've got my wet dry wet working with the Boss ES8 and a gig rig humdinger in one of the loops to grab the dry. Nice.
Very nice.
Nice, Jeff. Yeah, glad to hear that.
In there.
Dave. Hello, Dave. He says best gig, Prince, Diamonds and Pearls tour. Nice. There he is. Go and check out Dave's fantastic Plectra Iron Petrol Company for sale on Reverb. Mr. Moxie says, best gig, shampoo. Shampoo. 2 Unlimited and Mark Morrison. Oh, there's some names.
Yes. No, there's no taste. No.
David Godley says, Skunk and Nancy at Rock City in the 90s. Skin is awesome. Yeah. Great. Yeah, great.
Cool.
Great front person.
Yeah.
Carl Younger says, didn't Prince write nothing? Yes, he was joking. He was joking, Carl.
That's called irony.
Yes. Senator Wheelchair Pillow. Best show was Pink Floyd Division Belt. Nice.
Oh,
5th show, 2 hits of acid.
I would have loved to have seen that gig. In fact, I've seen it many times on Dooved.
On Dooved, yeah. Music Master. Yeah, the flute melody was similar to Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. The flute player, sax player, and keyboardist Greg Ham admitted it to himself. Tragic passing in 2012 due to heart issues. Oh, bless him. Bring it to you. He said, my dad took me to see Elvis at the Astrodome and I fell asleep. Wow. Jonathan Morgan says, been watching a lot of gear reviews, Paul. First time I've seen this live event. I think I'm finally happy with my tone. Bad Cat, Black Cat, nice. Core Silver Sky, very nice. But as we all know, the search never ends. It never ends, mate. Well done. Never really stops. But good luck. Have fun though, mate, because it's the journey, isn't it? It's fun. It's fun trying to find the ultimate thing. I held up my Harness Spectrum Company Spectrum too. Everyone just goes. Tin Machine, nice. Secret gig in a pub in Dublin. Oh, well, that'd been fun.
I did see once. If you're ever driving around sort of Norfolk, there's a particular pub, and I can't remember the name of it. If you ever see tonight one night only, the Nodding Donkeys, do make sure you stay because it's Iron Maiden's pre-show rehearsal venue.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, thank you everyone. We got to the end. We made it. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been a blast as always. Thank you for your questions and comments and stuff. It wouldn't be the same without you. We'll be back next week with much more of the same. And there'll be some more stuff to talk about. Who knows what it is? Keep your questions, comments, all those sort of things coming in, because it's you that makes the show what it is. It's not me and Paul just wittering on about guitars, tech, and guff. So take care, everyone. Have a great week. We will see you next time for more of the same. Good night.